and I will detect the short. Let's get started. The multimeter in the continuity mode, as you can see here. The black probe on the ground, we have ground everywhere on the board. So ready, go. No short, no short, no short, no short. Good, good. We have a short over here. Here we have a short. Let's check those also. No short, no short. We have a short. The short circuit, you see in the multimeter, we get 0. The short is here. So basically here we have this coil. This is for the battery connector. Okay, this coil here, no shorts. And these two here are for 3 volt, 5 volt circuit. Do you see? This one good, but this one we have a short. So the short is in this channel. This one could be for 3 volt or for 5 volt. So let's pass to the other side here and locate the IC. To locate the ICs, basically here we have 2 ICs. One of them will be charge circuit, the other will be 3 volt, 5 volt circuit. So please attention, I will give you a trick, a very fast trick here. Just by checking the capacitors, you see? Okay, no short. No short. This IC could be good. Let's check this IC. The 7 capacitors around the IC. Oh, short. Short, short, all of them shorts. Means the short is here, not this side. The short is somewhere here, okay? So it could be the IC, this IC, so this is a 3 volt, 5 volt circuit IC. It could be one of the 7 capacitors. It could be also one of those MOSFETs. Let's check this one. Shorted, this one, not shorted. So this is the channel. Here, let's check this 10 turn capacitor. Shorted. This one should not be shorted. Okay, no short here. No short here. Here. We have short here. We have short. So this is the channel here. The short is in this side. It could be this one, one of those 7 capacitors, or it could be the IC. So those MOSFETs here, this is another channel here. This is another circuit over here. But don't worry. To understand 100%, I will make it easy for you 100%, especially for beginners. Let me analyze and study this circuit step by step. Because I can remove the IC and the short will disappear. Means the IC is the failed one. But you will not understand anything. Using this technique, removing the IC or 7 capacitors one by one, it's chance. For me here, I'll teach you the logic. So let's study the circuit. So let's draw the 3 volt, 5 volt circuit. Here we have the controller IC. This one here, okay? This IC. So the 3 volt, 5 volt circuit contain 2 channels. One channel for 3.3 volts, okay, always. Another channel for 5 volts, always. In every channel we have coil, I mean this big coil, one coil for 3.3 volt, the second coil for 5 volt. We have 2 higher MOSFETs and in the back 2 lower MOSFETs. In the output here we have 10 turn capacitors and of course we have 7 capacitors. I'm going to draw all for you in order to understand 100%. So here we have 2 MOSFETs, as you can see. Basically 2 MOSFETs in this channel and 2 other MOSFETs in this channel. Here always the drain is connected to the B+. Here we have B+. Depending on the motherboard, it could be 19 volt, 18 volt, 5 volt, etc. And here of course we have filtering capacitors, okay? Those are connected to the ground. So here we have the drain. The source of this MOSFET will be connected to the drain of this MOSFET. And the source of this MOSFET, this is basically the lower MOSFET connected to the ground. And we have here the gate. This IC control this MOSFET, let's say Q2, via its gate. The same here for Q1, as you can see, controlled by the same IC. So basically this MOSFET. So we have coil, and in the output we have a polarized capacitor, basically a tantalum capacitor. In this case here we have tantalum capacitor, one for this channel here, the second for this channel. I will draw the schematic and you will understand everything, because understanding the schematic will make you professional. You can repair any short circuit regardless of the type of the motherboard or the laptop, etc. So here this is good. The same for this channel here. We have the drain. The drain here connected to the same power rail, B+, same. So the source here, as you can see, connected to the drain of this MOSFET. The source of this MOSFET, of course, will be connected to the ground. Also, the same IC control all MOSFETs. Here we have Q3, Q4. Good. And we have the other tantalum capacitor here. This is basically a filtering capacitor. Now we draw the 3 volt, 5 volt circuit. So these two channel, one is good and the second one is shorted. Based on the motherboard, the 3.3 volt is shorted. So how can I know which component here is the shorted one? Basically about 90% the short comes from components that are connected to the ground. It's logic. This component here will not create a short circuit because it is not connected to the ground. But this one can make a short circuit because it is connected to the ground. And here also we have ground. So one of this capacitor also, if it is shorted, we will get a short circuit because we have ground over here. What about the IC? Yes, the IC also is connected to the ground. So the IC also could be shorted. So basically about 90% shorted components, usually shorted components are ceramic capacitors or basically tantalum capacitor or polarized capacitors, or the lower MOSFET and the IC. Basically this one, it is good because we don't get a short in the board. So let's focus here. But the question here is to gain time. To avoid wasting time, let's isolate the short. How? Basically, if you pay attention, here we have two stages. The coil is the component that connects this part to this part. So if I remove the coil, okay, if I desolder the coil and remove it, I will get here 2 points. The short will be in one side. It could be in this side or in this side. So the first step is to remove the coil and isolate the short. If you get the short in this side, means this tantalum capacitor probably is the failed one, and those components are good. But if you get the short in this point after removing the coil, means this one is good and this one or this one could be shorted. But please don't forget that we have other ceramic capacitors connected to the IC, as you can see, connected to the ground. Okay, the IC is connected to many ceramic capacitors, of course, for stabilization. For beginners, by the way, that ask me about the purpose of ceramic capacitors, the ceramic capacitors, those basically are used for 3 purposes: decoupling, stabilization around the IC, and filtering. So without the thermal camera, without the voltage injector, just less than 1 hour, you will find the shorted circuits. So let's assume that we find the short here in the side. So we have here 2 main components, the IC and the MOSFETs. Begin, remove first the MOSFETs and check. If you find the MOSFET, the shorted one, good. If not, the IC. If you remove the MOSFET and the IC and the short still here, so one of these capacitors is the shorted one. If you have the thermal camera, is good. You can use the thermal camera to know which one here, or just you can use your finger and check the heat. If you find any overheated capacitor, means it is the shorted one. But please attention, when we have a short in this side, it's not just the ceramic capacitor that is the probable component. The 3.3 volt is connected to many circuits because many circuits use 3.3 volt. In this case, when you find the short in this side, the short could be from the CPU circuit, could be from the RAM circuit, the PCH circuit, etc. because 3.3 volt is connected to many circuits. So thank you very much. I hope you understand. Please don't forget to like the video and don't hesitate to comment.